So if you've ever had to sell watercolors or drawings and you wanted a way to preserve them or to keep them and or present them, like in my case, to someone who has commissioned drawings, or in this case watercolors. I'm going to show you a way, an idea. I've never seen this before. I'm not saying I came up with it. I can't think of where I'd seen it. You know, some people may think it's overkill, maybe not enough. Yeah, this is two portraits of the same person. This was a recent commission, and there was three watercolor portraits, and they were asking, and I'm thinking, you know, I didn't want to just hand them just the watercolors as they were. They were on 300 arches, but that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter if it's a drawing, watercolor, it's a piece of paper. It's just, I just don't like the idea of just handing someone the drawing or a piece of paper. I'm used to, I guess, presenting people with oils, and I've painted watercolors for years. But typically they were framed and sold that way. This is just an idea of how to make your presentation look, in my estimations, a bit more professional. I think it just has a nice touch. So here's what I did. I used this Foam Core Pro black. In this case, you could use any color that you want. This is part of the scrap that I used off of it. This is what photographers use to mount photos on. I don't see where it says acid free, but I have to believe that it is. This was 20 by 30. I forget the thickness on this. It's somewhere around 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/16. So this was the back. This is the foam board. And what I did is I laid my, let me find a watercolor. Let me find a, say like this print. So I had this, I cut it to this, I cut the board to the size that I wanted. And then I have these things. I'm going to tell you how to find these. It'll be linked in the video. I forgot. I've had them for such a while. So anyhow, they peel off like this. So I would peel them off, attach them to a corner. Now they're sticky on the back, so I lay them like this so they won't stick until I want them to. And like that, all four corners. And then I just placed it, after I'd cut my board, I placed it on here and pressed, and corners made contact with what was underneath, and then now we had that. So again, I had it cut to size. I would like to show you more about the original ones that I have, but they are commissions and I don't think that would be appropriate. Now what I did for the cover is I used this black paper that I have for drawings. This is how it looks, and it's wrapped around like this. It's taped on the back. But what I did to get there, I'll show you what I did. By the way, make sure you get a sharp blade in there. This blade is about had it. But what I did was, to get that paper to wrap like that, since it was black, I used a white. This is well, some type of white chalk or pastel pencil. I can't even read my hand where I've used it. I've taken the lettering off. It's a white pencil. Use any kind that you want. And what I did is I came up here at the top. I measured 1 inch. Let me bring it down here. Hopefully you can see this. 1 inch. I'm sorry. 1 inch and a quarter. 1 inch and a quarter. Okay, then I took my gouger. You could do this with a number of different things, maybe a piece of scissors, or maybe scissors, a screwdriver. But I'm scoring. I'm going to score this right here. I'm not cutting it, I'm scoring it. It's making an indentation in the paper. I go over this a few times. I come down here to our quarter mark, like so. Okay, now I come out on the edge. Come out on the edge and of this table, and I just crease that like that. Come out to our quarter mark, crease that also. All right, now we've created the wraparound for our, just get rid of this. So now I got it backwards. So now it goes in here like that. See how that wraps around that? Turn it over. What I did is, in this case, I took my clamps. I've got these clamps here. You can also use these. In this case, I'll snug it up. Clamp it back here like this. Clamp it like that. Clamp it like that. All right, now, then I just take some masking tape, like so. come in and I try to make it even. I sort of pretty much split the tape in half. Half on the board, half on the paper. Press it out. And now you've got your cover sheet. Of course, none of this is the size. I hope this makes sense to you. None of this is to the correct size. Now, what I did in the case there, I'd trimmed the paper to fit the board, not the length of it. Because what I did, but just from side to side, and then when I made my mark 1 inch, then 1/4, then wrapped it around, and then I just turned this over, and the excess was sticking out here, and I just took my knife and trimmed it off. And to me, this makes a nice presentation. It's, to me, nicer than handing, just like I say, just the plain, just a paper, or keeps your fingers off of it. You can also, and probably what I'll do before I deliver these, is maybe have my business card. I may stick my business card on the back with just a little bit of rubber cement on the edges, you know, so they know how to contact me if they want to collect more of my art. But this works, like I say, for drawings, and or let's say no one has commissioned this piece, but it's a nice piece that you didn't want it framed at the moment. You didn't want, but you wanted to keep it. You wanted to make sure that it's kept nice. You could create this, and say you're at a show. I just did a show here recently, and man, it is sure nice if when you do a piece that you're like, I'm going to sell that. It's nice to have this. If you don't want to invest in the frame, you know, and carry around glass and all of that, and you've got this large investment, and the person buying it may not like that frame, but in this case, then they see this and it opens up, and it's really nice. It's a really nice presentation. I hope you enjoyed it.